Hey, Jam Pony
This
Express.
how you come in? You
Y'all
ought to
don't
be
know nothing
stopped.
about that.
You got to be stopped.
Hey,
Hey, listen, don't none of the viewing audience know who that is. The people in Florida don't even know who that is. Yeah, don't get in because you're the only one jamming to this.
we are live talking about
All right.
Jam Pony Express, where these Midwest people don't know nothing about that. But
we don't even want to know nothing about that. You take that back to Florida.
my Florida people, they'll know. They'll be like, "Hey, I see you, Trina. I see you."
That is not inviting. If that's what Florida is listening to, y'all need to step it up, man.
That was that was back. Shoot, I graduated in
58.
The 90s. I'm just gonna say the 90s.
You did not graduate in the 90s. You tell that to somebody. You graduated like 87.
You's a damn lie.
Well,
I graduated in 91, class of 91.
Same thing, you know what I'm saying? Same thing.
Whatever.
But
I bet my people will they'll be jamming.
Got no people. You up here with my people now. You up north now. We ain't down south.
I got a lot of people down south.
Well, we ain't down south. So we
go ahead. What are you reading right now?
Shout out to Two Line Crew in the Florida though. But yeah, what's up, man? It's your boy Los. We back, man. It's been a few weeks. So we back, man. We wanted to talk to y'all about the impact of music in our communities. By all communities, I'm talking about the urban community, man. And we know music is a double-edged sword. It worked for you and it worked against you. But before we get into that, let me read this disclaimer, y'all.
Better.
This podcast is a platform for conversation, education, and community dialogue. The views expressed by hosts and guests are their own and do not represent any organization, group, or institution. We do not promote violence, illegal activity, or harm of any kind. Our discussions may include difficult or controversial topics, but our goal is understanding, accountability, and change. We ask our audience to engage respectfully. Allegations, accusations, and naming the suspects without verified information will not be allowed. Please do not talk about cases, past, present, or future on this show. We don't want to hear it. This space exists to amplify voices, honor those impacted, and work toward unity and solutions in our communities. Peace and love, everybody paying attention to us, and we appreciate y'all time.
Yes.
What's up, Katrina?
I'm just so excited. Like it's been you say some weeks, but man, it's been some weeks.
It seems like it's been about a month or long. It seems like it's been forever, actually.
Yeah, I'm happy to just get back on, be able to talk to our people, and see your ugly face.
Yeah, as long as we ain't bumping that Jam Pony is you good.
Hey, we finna keep bumping that. You better be glad I turned it off. But
to be fair, I listen to everything. I haven't given that a chance, so I'm just talking junk to mess with you and where you from. So I probably would like that too. I listen to everything.
Let me ask you this. I know you're a lot younger than me. What was the music like in Gary?
I mean, we grew up on the regular Midwest. We grew up on juke music. We grew up on East Coast rap. You know what I'm saying? LL, EPMD, Rakim, Wu-Tang, Biggie, Pac out west. A lot of down south. You talking about Suave House. You talking about Rap a Lot. Like we grew up on all, and then we grew up on the Midwest guys. You talking about Common, Crucial Conflict, Psychodrama. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the guys out of Top Authority out of Michigan. You see what I'm saying? You talking about Dayton Family. We grew up on all, and Bone, obviously, right, from Cleveland. So we kind of grew up on all that along with local artists. You know what I'm saying? Will Skrill them and Concord affiliated. You know what I'm saying? Gatekeepers. Like we grew up on all that type of stuff up here. So we listen to everything. You know,
never heard of any of those.
That's because you're 70. This is after your prime years.
This is a lie. So what year was that?
I just gave you a history that would go from mid 80s until my incarceration, right? Mid 80s until 96. Right? That's what we were listening to in that era. That 10-year frame, basically. 96 to say 87. Right.
So those were my high school years. And I would really have known those, but again, being in
The
Florida,
sport.
we didn't listen to that. It was
Yeah, I mean, y'all bump y'all
lies.
y'all
Uh,
y'all y'all listen to what y'all listen to. Hell, we listening to
Trina,
well
Trick
that
Daddy.
Trina wasn't out in the 80s.
I
Trina,
said I graduated. You said from the 80s to the 90s, correct?
okay, well, I'm saying I grew up in the 80s to the 90s.
Right. I
Yeah,
got
that's
you. I
music.
got you. I'm saying like Trina, Trick Daddy Plies, Jam Pony Express. Yeah,
I'm
I ain't
saying
never heard.
so Two Live Crew was huge when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Luke them, yeah, Uncle Luke them were huge, and we
Mhm.
bumped that. You know, every block party, house party, every car ride down the street with females in, every Jeep in the summertime, they bumping Two Live Crew. You know what I'm saying?
That's so cool.
That
That's
girl with the Daisy Duke song, like that was huge in the early '90s. So that was Two Live Crew. That was Luke now. So we
yeah.
bumped that. But
It's on the beach
music,
week.
music, while it makes you feel good, music has many facets to its
Mhm.
existence. You know what I'm saying? Everything it's done for and against
Yeah,
a people and a community, right? Like we
absolutely.
know that like historically, music has given a voice to the people who have typically been voiceless, right?
Mhm.
Me, you, being of the hip hop era, hip
Right.
hop generation, like music kind of gave a face, a voice to what was going on those streets, avenues, and drives that
Mhm.
most people don't know about, right?
Right.
We heard the feel good music. You had the like the brother Sir Mix-a-Lot, he made the popular song like Baby Gabba, all the popular stuff. But even
Right.
he talked about certain stuff that was going on in the communities,
Yep.
right?
Mm,
But you start getting into like the NWAs where they were really specifically about what's going on in the hood with the
absolutely.
police brutality,
Mhm.
etc. So they were kind of like the news reporters of what was going on a block near you, right?
You know what? I never thought about it like that.
That's kind of what was going on.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
before this era where you could communicate with anyone anywhere at the touch of a button, right? We
Mhm.
found out what was going on in New York through hip hop. Unless you watch the news at 5:30 to 6 for world news. Nobody's in the house at that time where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So we would catch what was going on through either hip hop magazines, right? Source, Vibe, Word Up, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or through the music.
You bringing it back. You bringing it
Yeah, I
back.
had all those Word Up posters and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of what we did. We would rely on the music to tell you what a particular region
Mhm.
found exciting in or what was going on, right? If you wasn't traveling. Now, I was a shorty, so I wasn't traveling to Houston to find out what the Fifth Ward was doing, or I
Right.
wasn't in um, Oakland, California, where Too Short is at, or in
Mhm.
Vallejo where E40 is at, or in you know what I'm saying, Staten Island where Wu Tang. Like we wasn't in those places, so you had to listen to these groups to get the lingo. You know what I'm saying, the language first off, to see the fashion, right?
Yeah.
And just to see what was going on from how they describe it in their lyrics. That's
Yeah,
how we got, immersed in what was going on outside of the communities. And
absolutely.
then this is how you also found out that all the communities are basically the same.
Hmm.
That the trauma and the oppression that's going on in Gary, Indiana, Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, Indianapolis, South Bend, Miami, Florida. You see what I'm saying? All that shit, it's the same. It just got a different shell
Yeah,
on it, a different color
absolutely.
to it. But it's the
Absolutely.
same shit, same oppression. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So that's what we
listen.
got for music.
And you know what? It's funny that you said that about fashion because, of course, in the little city that I was born and raised in, we had to see LL or Run DMC with the Adidas and things like that, and
Yeah,
then we had to have
we
that.
had to have it.
We,
Yeah,
um,
shell toes. You wouldn't have wore a shell toe without Run DMC. You
say it
wouldn't even
again.
thought about putting a shell toe Adidas on without Run DMC wearing
Right.
or the fat laces. Like you wouldn't have thought about that. Hip hop made them get money like that. Hip hop brought Adidas on the
Absolutely.
map. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hip
But
hop
it
that
made
made so many people rich off popularizing and advertising. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hip hop did all that shit, man.
yeah,
So
absolutely. You are
shout out to the
so
pioneers. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But
That's so funny. I would have never ever thought about that. But I remember the Coca-Cola shirts. Well, you was probably too young for that.
I remember the
But
Coca-Cola shirts, but they had all the Dr. Pepper had shirts. It was all type of
yeah.
shirts. Crushed. Because the boyfriends and girlfriends were wearing Crush shirts to the
Yep.
rink when I was a kid. Like this is old shit, right? Um,
That's
but
cool.
yeah, but
That's
but outside of being a voice for marginalized areas and groups of people, which are us, minorities, um, people of hue, what the mainstream calls color, but it's people of hue with tinted skin, right? Hip hop has been a voice for that. Hip
yes.
hop has also employed countless people and got them out them oppressed conditions, financially oppressive conditions. Whether you're
Yes.
talking about the actual artists, whether you're talking about the songwriters who maybe wouldn't have been as talented performing, you're talking about the producers, the engineers. You see what I'm saying? Whether you're talking about the stylists, well, I mean, it's a whole host of people that came up off music, and it's just so hip hop has done a lot of good for the community. It's not just hip hop though, but I'm specifically talking about hip hop
Right.
because that's the music that has mostly impacted my community from my point of view, right?
And with you saying that, let's just piggyback off of it and let it know how
I'm-
music actually helped us embrace different situations that we were in. I know, don't laugh.
I'm
Do
gonna
not
laugh.
laugh.
If you got to open with "Don't Laugh," I'm definitely gonna laugh.
But like with breakups, I would listen to this song called "Hold On," and it was by a group of white women, but it helped me to soothe the hurt that I was going through with that breakup. Um,
Yeah.
so it kind of helps us in a way, but also harms us in a way because I
I'm
don't
saying,
understand all this bitch, this shit, that, and
well,
yeah,
that's again, that's a testament to the change in values from one generation to the next.
yes.
But relatability is what music is. This is kind of a universal language. So it doesn't matter what color what hue the artist is.
Right.
European, African, it don't even matter. If they talking something you can relate to and they say it in a way that you can really, that resonates with me, then it's like, okay, I can get with that.
Yeah.
But outside of the lyrics, the melody has to catch you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to anything I can't find the rhythm to, right?
Yeah.
Find the rhythm to it, then I'm more apt to give your lyrics a chance as
Right.
opposed to listening to your lyrics first, right?
Yeah.
You got to catch us so we can pay attention to you first. And if you got some bullshit beat, right, but your lyrics are fire, we will never know.
Right.
I'm not gonna be riding around listening to that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, music is definitely you can resonate. It works for you and against you. Sometimes you can learn how to deal with a situation through
Yes.
music, or not feel so bad because you're going through something that you're not the only one who are going through it. Right?
Yes.
Oh damn,
Yes.
she's going through it too. He going through it too. Like damn, I never met the man in Mary J. Right? You all I need. Right? Like all these type of songs hit people differently. And if you in relationships or if you in the streets, or you know what I'm saying, or you listen to your favorite artist talk about something that he may have done prior to becoming famous and successful with the music, then it's like, okay, damn, I can relate. And he's talking about what consequences come with this. You're more apt to listen to him.
Yes.
You are maybe Joe Blow who's telling you the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, music works for you, but on the flip side of that, right? Music influences one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
So if you grow up constantly hearing what they call drill music, and I'm a fan of drill music. I am, even though I'm old enough and experienced enough to not let the music influence me now. But as a youngster, I can see the impact that music had on me back then.
What's
right?
drill music?
Drill music would be the kind of music that a lot of Chicago artists make. You talking about the King Vons, rest in peace to the little brother. You talking about the little Dirks, you know what I'm saying? Hold your head up because that brother locked up right now, right? So we talking about these artists who make music talking about, street organization life, gang life, right? Getting that people on the block and they're highlighting it in the music, right? So that it's basically you having these wars on the street that lead to the music wars that lead to the street wars, and which one is doing what? Is it music that's influencing life, or life influencing the music at this point, right? So yeah, like and you just like the Detroit rap is more of a drug culture rap. Chicago artists, not all of them, but a lot of them are dealing with the drill. So they're talking about putting in work from a street standpoint, right? Which creates a high intensity, hostile field environment for the people that they're talking about. So shorty, and then listeners that are identifying with these artists are choosing sides. So it's kind of like even the old school hip hop beefs, whether you're talking about Biggie and Pac,
right?
Like fans chose sides. I'm supporting Biggs. I'm supporting Pac. Or man, you ain't got no dog in that fight, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So just enjoy the music and be cool. But that's kind of what it's doing. It's influencing people one way or another. And that influence is affecting behavior. So
I have a question for you, because you are so focused on the youth. Right. What do you think is how is the music today influencing the youth?
I think the music today is relatively the same as it's always been.
Really?
Meaning music is going to influence the youth because the youth are going to influence the making of the music.
Agreed.
So whatever the youth got going on and whatever they find an interest in, or you know what I'm saying, that they make popular, because the youngsters are what's making stuff popular.
Absolutely.
Those that selling this influenced by the taste of the youth, right? Yeah. So designers decide to make this because they seen a bunch of youngsters in, I don't know,
right?
Miami, Florida, or New York City, fashion capitals, LA, wearing a certain style. So they design their clothes based off that. Same thing with music. If you from a certain city, right? You hail from Chicago, Illinois, type shit. Well, what's going on in Chicago is this. It's gangland. You know what I'm saying? It's gangland. You go over here, you might have, this organization. You cross 2 blocks over, you got another one. You cut an alley in the corner, you got another one.
Right.
And in the center of that, you got a different one. So if this is what they see and this is what they grow up knowing, then all they gonna rap about is the shit that they see and know. And if those groups are in competition for whatever reason, and it's physical and it gets violent, well, they gonna talk about that shit because that's what's true. Now, just because you not from there or you not near there, you can't really relate to it. Well, that mean that might not be the music for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the people in that environment, they are listening to it because they can identify with it. They know that life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and it's going on in every community near you. New York artists do what they do based off the same foundation. Miami artists do what they do the same way. Houston, Detroit, Minneapolis, San Antonio, like it's all based off what's going on in their immediate environment. And if they can talk about that in a way where people can relate, then that's what it's going to be.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So the youngsters are influencing the music as it influences them. It's not a one-way street. It's a cycle, and it's a circle. So yeah,
absolutely agree. Do you feel like music helped you in your bit in prison?
Yeah.
How so?
I'm saying I could zone out to music. I stayed informed off radio stations as well, right? So certain environments, all you had was a radio on say a hot summer day on SEG, 90 degrees in here. You got to take your mind off the conditions somehow. Books can do it. At some point you get tired of reading, right? Exercise can do it, can't work out the whole day, right? Talking to your guy, sometimes you got to yell. You see my voice already messed up, so I want to be too long, right? That motherfucker gonna go out in a minute. So it's only so much you can do until you have to fall back on the music. And during the listening to the music, and I listen to everything. We talk about rap, rock, jazz, country, orchestra, or symphony, or orchestra music. I listen to it all, right? Yeah. And then I would sit back and I would either read some more or write some more or just let my mind wander with kind of a control or directed wandering, right? I want to think about certain things, but I want to kind of let it wander in that field. You know what I'm saying? And just see and music would help me do that, right? So and then you can listen to music and get ideas.
Yes.
So you got people like this is a brother, he's a hip hop artist, Money Man, right? He like that's the first dude I can listen. I remember listening to a few years back, putting me up on the whole crypto scene. Cryptocurrency. It's probably been about 6, 7 years. But yeah, I'm listening to him and he's talking about this, and I'm like, oh wow, right? Wasn't really familiar with it. Yeah, I have read about it, bits and pieces.
Right.
But he's talking about it. So music ain't always just, rah, 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 or just feel good. Sometimes it's very informative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just what you listen to.
That's cool. I mean, I didn't know that music was that influential. I mean, I know for me, again, breakups or, fights with the dude or depression or whatever, but never thought about it to be like educational for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, so music is mentoring, right? Music can mentor you depending on the artist. Music can inspire, again, depending on the artist, right? But music can also be negative, right? Even though they are describing what they see or what they may have grown up in the house with. Whether you're talking about misogyny, whether you're talking about materialism, or violence. Yeah. These are a testament to values, though, when they glorify them.
Yeah.
So when they glorify misogynistic, mindsets or violence or material, this goes back to what we've talked about on several shows. Values.
Yeah.
Right? What do you value? And if you are okay with, quote unquote, beating the bitch to her knees, or you know what I'm saying, or money over everything, right? These are testaments to people's values. So it's not that they value it; it's like what caused them to value this over everything else, right? And that's where you start, as opposed to constantly criticizing the artist, right? Try to figure out, well, what is the artist describing, right? These are symptoms. The lyrics that they spit are symptoms of something bigger.
Symptoms of something bigger. Explain that.
So a symptom, as we know, is the result of something that you have, an illness, so to speak, right? If you're sick, you're gonna cough or sneeze. That's the illness trying to save itself. No, it's trying to save itself so it can spread and survive. Right. So as it provokes you to sneeze so you can pass them germs on to a new host. That's what a flu or a cold does, right? But when you start talking about, you're not necessarily an illness, but as an artist, you've developed a certain value system that may not be, in the best interest of you, but you don't see it yet. So you share this thinking that you are correct. Oh, I'll beat a bitch down. I'm quoting. I'm just, I'll beat a bitch down. Or I'm gonna sell drugs till I die. Or, whatever it is. I'm gonna rock, foreign whips and foreign clothes if it takes the life of me. Whatever it is. These are symptoms and signs of a bigger problem, right? Because if you value these to the extent that you are willing to, lose your physical health or take somebody else's physical health, then that's a problem. You see what I'm saying? And maybe, you know, we need to reevaluate what's causing that problem. That's all I'm saying.
Agreed.
So instead of criticizing the artist, because that's easy to do, right? It's easy to be like, oh yeah, you know, Joe Schmo talking this and that, and nah, man, you don't see what's causing that.
Yeah.
And we come from a community where we know what's causing this shit. we oppressed by a common denominator. The whole fucking system has been designed to stand on our neck, right? It's been designed to break up black families,
Absolutely.
break up black male-female relationships, to take black males out the household, so that the mothers could be the fathers,
right?
And that the men could continue the tradition of going to prison or dying early, right? So we understand it's a whole system designed around making sure that these things stay in place,
right?
So let's look at that as opposed to the individual artist that's out here showing you how he feels or how he views based off what he grew up seeing and knowing.
Right.
And,
that makes sense.
But at the end of the day, you still hold that artist accountable, right? You are a voice. And if you sell an album, somebody's listening to you. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they listen to you because they like your sound, they like what you say, or maybe they can relate. But at the end of the day, you still are an influencer. So let's just try to, you know, be a better influencer than you know, just selling, you know, a bill of goods for violence and materialism and, you know what I'm saying, misogyny.
So let me ask you how you feel about this. I'll tell you how I feel, but let's say Biggie and Pac, and they talk about different issues that they have with each other. So let's just say Pac was talking about Biggie's wife, you know, and what he did to her, and then somebody just go out and just, you know, pop. Who should be held responsible for that?
I mean, at the end of the day, every man, woman, and child are responsible for their individual acts, right? And that's children of a certain age, because up to a certain age, man, children sometimes they really don't know any better, right? But beyond a certain threshold, you know better. But I don't give a damn what kind of music you listening to. It takes you to make that conscious decision to pick up a pistol, load that pistol, take that pistol, aim it and fire it. That's not the artist.
Yeah.
That's not the artist at all. I wouldn't give a damn if he told you should do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people telling you what you should be doing, and you don't listen to them. Yeah. So at some point, the influence has restrictions, and then the individual takes over, right?
So
yeah, I don't blame the artist.
Let's see what Darnell was saying. And the sad thing is, a lot of artists glorify material things, violence, weapons, being gangster, etc., and they're not really living the life. Yeah, that's true. Nor have they ever. But their words influence these people. They don't understand that words have power.
Well, look, I'm not making an argument for or against anyone right now. What I'm doing is I play devil's advocate because Katrina knows this is what I do. I does it the best. As an artist, if you're seeing something that's selling and you're trying to make a living, right? And you looking at it like, well, if I say this, whether I believe in it or not, and I could feed my family, take care of my bills, get some of my people up out the hood.
Yeah.
And even though I may not believe in it, I'm expressing the reality that's going on in the neighborhood near you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just talking about it in the way where we know what happens.
Yeah.
So if I can make, you know, a Hot 16 that's talking about running a trap house or defending my trap house or pimping a girl or two or three or committing a robbery that turns into a homicide, if I can talk about it in a way where it sells and it provides me with a lifestyle where I don't have to do any of these things I'm talking about, then why not? Yeah. And that's from an artist standpoint. I'm not an artist. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just providing you with an alternative viewpoint for it. Right? Yeah. If you can do that, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's providing for my family. I ain't going out there robbing and
Right.
stealing
I'm
so I can
not
be
doing
proud
these
about
things,
it.
even though I'm talking about them, and that may influence you. But at some
Mhm.
point, you have to be in control of your own actions, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm not saying they should be doing this either, brother. I'm just saying this is an alternative view of why it's being done.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, bro, you know, this is what we dealing with. It's the good, the bad, the ugly of
Yeah.
the music scene. For the most part, man, I listen to everything, and I love hip hop. I prefer older hip hop, but I love hip hop.
You don't know nothing about no older hip hop. Older hip hop like what?
I'm saying older hip hop like Rakim's Know the Ledge, right?
What is it?
Exactly. Yo, Floridian ass. It's on I think it would be on the Juice soundtrack from like '92. I guess I didn't know the ledge. But yeah, so you know Rakim or LL or EPMD, you got to chill. Like that whole album, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Like this is the stuff I grew up riding around with some of the big homies listening to. So I got put on to this. Because I
Okay.
was, you know, I was born in the beginning of the 80s. I'm 81, baby. Right.
Oh
So
wow.
so yeah, when you was graduating high school, I was just being born. So
Whatever.
so, so I'm
You know
riding around with
what? I'm
them.
gonna take you off the studio. I'm gonna just take you off.
And this is
Listen,
what they
I am
listening
not
to.
that old. I was born.
Yeah, we don't need all that, man. You 60,
Yeah,
so
go ahead. Go ahead.
we can add. We can add 60 minus 2026. You know, you get ahead. But but yeah, man. So
I
I
can't
listen.
stand it.
I yeah. My whole area listened to that. And again, we grew up listening to juke music, which is just house music from Chicago, right? Like
Yeah.
juke music. They you know they calling it twerking and all that, but it was when I was growing up, it was juke music or footwork music, right?
Okay.
So yeah, juke music or footwork music, and
Yeah, you're a baby. Go ahead and wipe that milk off your chin.
no, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there.
Because man, listen,
Because it dried up on yours. Old school.
I can't stand him, y'all. I can't stand him. Get him. Come get him. Anyways, so I love this topic about music. Again,
I do too.
it helped me in so many ways to get over different aspects of my life, whether it was, you know, again, a breakup, whether it was, you know, my dad dying or, you know, even my sister missing. Like, it always has made stuff so much easier.
Yeah.
Life.
I mean, and music now, again, we are in a we, yes, dang, bro. Peace and love to you too, Lord. But yeah, like
Sorry.
being in the internet era, music has connected universally, worldwide. You can now listen to international artists at the drop of a button, and you can see how the international artists have been influenced by artists near you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see the Florida or the New York or the Chicago or the LA or the down south, you know, Atlanta, Houston. You can see all that influence in African artists and European artists, right?
Yep.
You can see it in their style of dress, the lingo that they use,
That's
right?
true.
All that's oppression and struggle being articulated and transported across the big pond,
Yes.
right? And they can relate because they are oppressed,
Right.
and struggling as well. So they took that and they ran with it and they made it their own. But the foundation is American hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Point blank, period. That's the foundation. And at the end of the day, I you know, being of the hip hop generation, like you know, I come up. This is what we do, from the shoes to the clothes to the walk to the language, right? This is what we do. To see it exported and then import it back, right? Because now you're taking the music from over there and it's becoming popular over here.
Right.
And you seeing the foundation of it all. It's something that started, in the 70s in New York. Really before that, because of hip hop's foundation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop's foundation is blues.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So we talking about now we got to go back down south.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And now you get the foundation of it all.
Yeah.
And that blues is the foundation. The blues is foundation. It's slave hymns.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Slave hymns, slave struggle, talking in code, being able to sing out your struggle so that you don't just flat out blow a gasket, right?
Yeah.
To get you through a day of hard work and like degradation. So and that morphed into the blues.
Yeah.
And the blues morphed into rock, right? Which is music from people with tinted skin.
Yep.
Right? Way before Elvis got a hold to it.
Okay.
You had the Chuck Berrys and them doing what they did, right? So and then you got hip hop built on the back of that. So hip hop got a strong foundation,
Yeah.
right? A long foundation, but all music is coming from like that kind of foundation over here anyway. So yeah.
So for me, when I grew up and went to school and things like that, I was introduced to a lot of music because I was raised by my grandparents. So, I listened to the, 50s, 60s, but I also was introduced to other types of music, opera, while in school, because that's, what my grandma wanted. She wanted me to be
well versed. Yeah.
Yeah. But when I tell people that, like, I would love to go to an opera, they're like, "Oh, that's so white."
Again, well, you got to understand. People only know what they know, Katrina.
Explain that to me when you say that, because for me, it's normal. If people went to school, if they went to junior high, if they went to elementary, they went to high school, you were introduced to an array of different music.
No, I was not.
Really?
I was not. That's what I'm saying. So I'm from Gary, Indiana. At the time I was there, population was about 115 to 120,000, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that, but around that. And there was about 88% Black. And then that other 12% was split up between Latinos, Asians, and Europeans, right? So you're talking about approximately 3 to 4% each, right? But damn near 9 out of 10 were Black people. So I grew up in schools where all the teachers were Black. We had a Puerto Rican assistant principal in grade school, Miss Martinez, and an Italian principal, Mr. Camerata, Spalding Elementary, right? Everything else in that thing that I remember, or I think we might have had a white art teacher. Don't quote me on that though. But everything else in there was they look like your auntie and your mama. Your auntie and your mama, right? So we didn't grow up listening to, even in music class, we didn't grow up listening to opera. They were just teaching you the basics about music, the piano, the xylophone, the guitar, right?
Oh, okay.
Junior high school, all brothers and sisters working there. Don't remember a European teacher at all.
Wow.
So we didn't listen to that, and I wasn't in band anyway. I wasn't one of them band dudes. So
I wasn't either.
So we listened. The only music I remember listening to is the music that we listened to and from school. We talking early 90s now. So you talking, 92, 93, 94, right? You're not listening to no damn opera, not where I'm from. We listening to
crazy.
If you're talking about slow music, you talking about Mint Condition, you talking about Tony Tone, you talking about R. Kelly, you talking about Crying Ass Keith Sweat. Like this is the type of stuff you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
You're not listening to European music. Now at home, I was introduced to that because my mother listened to, you talking about Hall and Oates and the Average White Band and
yeah.
Carlos Santana and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But you weren't listening to that type of music outside of the home in the hood.
Wow.
It's black or nothing.
That's crazy. I wonder if that's just, a geographical thing because at our
Possibly.
junior high and at our high school, we had those types of music classes. That's crazy.
I mean,
That is
it's possible.
crazy.
So even when I went to high school in Minnesota, right? Now they were listening to some shit they thought was gangster music, and I found it hilarious. Like they was bumping Coolio and shit.
Yep,
Right?
that's
Talking
Florida.
about Coolio was a gangster rapper, and I found that just downright insulting. Right? But Coolio was cool, man. Coolio served a purpose in the hip hop industry, but he wasn't a gangster rapper, and he wasn't some you could find anybody playing in Gary at the time. Nobody bumped.
Really?
You gotta take that shit somewhere else. We didn't,
Are you serious?
rest in peace to the brother, man, because he had his time, but we didn't. No, we didn't give him no play on the air. You know what I'm saying? Not
Wow.
Coolio, no. Nah,
That's so interesting just to hear. Like I said, the geographical difference between me and you,
yeah,
and not just geographical, but also, my age and your age.
yeah. It's a 40 year
Um,
gap. I mean, you
excuse me,
gotta,
excuse me,
huh?
excuse me.
I, I
Yeah.
said,
Anyways, so, friends, how many of us have them? Okay,
yeah.
that we had that at our senior night at Disney World. You know what I'm saying? And we
See,
was like, what are they playing? That's not our type of music.
oh wow.
Yeah,
So the Houdinis and Biz Marquis and like the Fat Boys, like y'all, that should be some of the stuff I grew up on. That, so I know you had to grow up on it.
we grew up on it, but we
Yeah,
had Jam Pony Express that, hey,
you say Jam
got
Pony,
in on it and just spliced it up and made it Florida. You know what I'm saying?
right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got
That's
no play up north. Yeah, that shit got no play up north. We never heard of Jam
but
Pony.
exactly, but y'all wouldn't hear it because it's a Florida thing. It's
Like I explained earlier, music kind of people kind of talk about what they know. So the surrounding
right.
immediacy, right?
Hmm.
The immediate areas around that they can relate.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and sometimes you can export that beyond the borders of that state, and people
Hmm.
will catch it because of the lyrics or maybe the beat, right?
Yeah.
Most times it's the beat that we listen to before the lyrics,
Right.
before
Right.
you even give the lyrics a chance. So if the beat was, again, Two Live Crew did it, and that shit went national, that shit went international.
Yeah.
Look at that girl with them Daisy Dukes.
Okay.
International, right? That was a hit, and booty music, what they called it then,
Yep.
which morphed into twerk music.
Yep.
It used to be
Hmm.
it was booty music in Miami, and it was juke music up here by Chicago, right?
Oh.
That's what juking was, right?
Okay.
The girls were popping their backs, but they shaking their butts, right? And then the Chicago lingo was they would put the footwork with it, so you'd be moving your feet at the same time they popping, right?
Ah.
It became juke and footwork music.
Okay. Okay.
But it probably was the same dance with a different name
Right.
in other places. That's all.
Mhm.
And it's
So,
just
so what kind of dance did you do?
the too cool dance.
What's the too cool dance?
The kind of dance that you post up on the wall with a girl and you don't do much for, right? that dance.
Lois, you light skinned. You was supposed to be dancing.
And that's where you wrong. I'll be sure. And Christopher Williams ruined that. They had the whole world thinking we were soft. So yeah, I ain't going. I
I
ain't going. I'm
love
trying to
it.
bump.
I love it. I love it.
So,
I love it.
but yeah,
I
man.
love
What?
this talking about this music. It's again, like I said, with the different um especially the different in our age. Man, I
So
remember Lou Rawls. I
Lou
remember
Rawls.
Man,
Listen,
listen, ask your mama about Lou Rawls. I bet your mama know about
the,
Lou Rawls.
the fact that you telling me to ask my mother, which is well, I ain't gonna put my mama age on here because I'll be doing that. But my mother is well, y'all about the same age, so
No,
I
we're
can
not.
see, yeah, I can
The
see why you
point
want me to
is,
ask my mother.
I was raised by my grandparents.
Yeah, whatever, man. So what you saying, my mama,
So
your grandmama age?
my grandmama dead, but she would have been 76.
Wait till I tell Annie Mae this.
Don't be making anime. Text me talking about you remember Lil Ross.
Yeah, Lou Rawls. And this is
Man,
something
I'm
you want to talk
telling
about.
you.
Listen, I know Lou Rawls as the artist.
Yes.
He had a distinctive voice, right?
Yes.
But he's not something anybody I grew up with played. Period.
What?
Absolutely not.
Oh my
So
gosh.
the guys I hung out with, we talking maybe 72 to this is the years they were born, maybe 70, 72, 73 to like 81. Man, ain't nobody bumping no Lou Rawls, man.
No, I'm talking about when I was little.
That's the same shit. You was born in
No,
60, so
I was not born in 60, damn it.
close to it. But I'm
And
saying,
look at Darnell. How old is the sister? She said Lou Rawls. That's late 60s and 70s. So
man, Lou Rawls
Darnell,
before then.
again, I was raised by my grandparents.
Man, you
Hell
doing
yeah,
it
Lou
yourself.
Rawls.
You just making it
Like we
easy.
would have house parties at my grandma's house, and we would have the big speakers, and we'd be bumping Lou Rawls.
Time out. Time out.
What?
Did you say y'all had house parties and the DJ was bumping Lou Rawls?
Well, it wasn't a DJ. It was my
Whoever was playing,
grandma or my grandpa.
whoever controlled the music was
Yeah.
the DJ. And Lou Rawls was in the background of a house party?
Yep. And what's the green-eyed dude name?
Man, that shit making me sleepy.
Smokey Robinson.
Oh man,
Man, that was listen, but I was born in 73. I'll let y'all know. I ain't whatever, because
you old.
I'm a beautiful old. Anyways.
You are beautiful, sister. Whatever, you know, I'm just saying.
What? Huh? Excuse me, huh? What?
I said you are beautiful, sister. Okay, you got it. You got it.
But that was like, you know, I believe that's why I have what they call an old soul, because people always say, you got an old soul. I was raised by my grandparents. That is the music that I was introduced to. And again, my grandmother loved music, and she wanted me to see all types of variations in music. And I actually love her for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking junk because as a youngster, I didn't listen to that, but I listened to all music. I'm saying
That's crazy.
Boney James to Marcellus Winston to Kenny G with all that damn hair to
you didn't listen. You said you didn't listen to that?
I listened to that.
Oh, okay.
To Anita Baker. I remember taking Anita Baker take class in grade. Because I couldn't find a hip hop tape. Right? Wow. I couldn't find one that actually worked. We have recorded music on the back of the blank tapes. But the only cassette I could find was Anita Baker. So I took that to class. Right. I listened to all that. I listened to rock. I told you might catch me listening to Incubus, right? To work out to. That's a rock group, right? Nobody that I talk to outside of some of the guys that I still communicate with in prison listen to this out here. They're gonna be like, Los, what you on, bro? This is what I listen to, right? I might be listening to Bob Thompson's Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. My favorite song, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like a nine and a half minute long instrumental. Right. This is one of those songs you can sit back, and if you're having a bad day, it'll take all that away. I don't know what's gonna happen with you once the song goes off, which is why I keep it repeat. But it'll help you ease your mind, right? But we understand that the impact music has on us as individuals, you and I. But now we need to figure out how can music be better used, right, to influence in a more positive manner within the communities we hail from, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
What can be done? We understand the positive message typically um, gives ones a better vision, right,
Right.
or better energy than so-called negative energy. But when you live in a negative environment,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you report what's going on in your
Right.
surroundings? So
Mhm.
can you really get rid of negative music? Is it really considered negative if I'm just describing what I see and all I know in a manner that you can relate to?
Yeah.
Right. So how do you do that? That's always been the thing with hip hop. They've always criticized hip hop, even when they were trying to ban NWA,
Mhm.
and even when Miss Dolores Tucker was talking about Tupac music,
Mhm.
specifically on the song he made, Wonder Why They Call You Bitch, the Tupac,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
He was saying that, and I'm paraphrasing,
Yeah.
as a sister, you're supposed to understand where I'm coming from, where I'm, why I'm saying what I'm saying. And
Mhm.
and instead, excuse me, of having that relation to what I'm saying and backing me so that
Mhm.
we can see where misogynism is
Mhm.
prevalent in our communities, where we can see where violence is prevalent, and why we put values on things that don't mean shit.
Right.
Clothes, cars, jewelry. This shit don't mean anything to us. As soon as we purchase it, the value tends to go into the people we give our finances to, right?
Right. Right.
So instead of you helping me promote that line of reasoning, you take it to the White House to try to get my music banned. That's what
Right.
Pop was saying, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And I can't tell you what the sister was thinking. She, for whatever reason, she felt like she was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So you just got competing points of views at that point.
Agreed.
Um, but the thing is, Pac and many of these other artists are just talking about what they grew up seeing, what they grew up knowing,
Mhm.
and their viewpoints on it. So it
Yeah.
becomes what's good, what's bad, why is it good or bad, and how can we better use music to have a more positive impact in the communities in which we come from? That's the bigger question. If you don't have answers to that, then sitting here criticizing somebody for
Yeah.
doing it is just contributing to the problem.
Do you think that even before my generation, your generation, that the music was seen in that same light? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean,
again, like these bitches and hoes, for me, I have a problem with that. But
as you should.
back in the day, when I'm saying like 40s, 50s, and I haven't heard that type of music, but do you think that that music kind of set the tone for?
Today,
Yeah.
I think every generation talks about what they experience, right? So Chuck Berry and them, even though Elvis kind of got more attention for doing the
Mhm.
same music, he appropriated Chuck Berry and other black artists' music. And because he was, of the privileged skin complexion, it blew
Mhm.
up beyond what it did for them. But they
Mhm.
considered that devil music in certain European communities, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they didn't want their children listening to that or watching him, the gyrating,
Mhm.
the provocative dancing, which came from our people, which came
Right.
from traditional African dance, right?
Right.
And it's just been modified, as time went on to the shit you saw Elvis doing on stage. But
Mhm.
that was considered devil music, and it was forbidden. But when you say something's prohibited in any community, it's gonna blow up. You tell us we
Absolutely.
can't do this, and as youth, well, if you the one doing it, you the cool one.
Mhm.
So they breaking their necks to get this music or do whatever the style is that's prohibited. That's kind of
Absolutely.
that's kind of what that was for every generation. So even in the 40s and 50s, they had music that was ostracized and artists
Mhm.
that were considered pariahs from a church standpoint because if the families
Mm.
were concentrated in churches back in those
Yeah.
days. So
Mhm.
if the pastor was talking about this is a bad artist, well, mama and daddy won't let you listen to that shit. That
Yeah.
shit ended up in Grandma Sarah's house, right? Beat the brakes off you. But it's not going to stop you as the grandchild from wanting to listen to it,
Yeah.
right? Because if you can get it before your friends could get it, then shit, Katrina the cool one.
Yeah, exactly.
So it goes on from one generation to the next. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Different day, same shit, right?
Mhm.
Clothed and dressed up differently, but it's the
Yeah.
same stuff.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
but
Agreed.
yeah, we need to figure out how to better use the music that we promote to help us, right? Because a lot of the music is just glorifying certain things that may not be in the best interest of our communities.
Agreed.
But the people who glorify it, most of them, some of these dudes actually live in this stuff they talk about, right? You see the federal indictments that's been happening, whether these indictments have foundation or not. It's the tenets of the indictments are based off some of the lyrics that these dudes promote.
Right.
So, whether they doing it or not, that's for them to deal with. I'm just saying, for the most part, most of these artists are glorifying things that they are not living. And you, as the individual fan or listener, you got to be able to separate the artist and his lyrics from what you're doing in your daily activity, man. You still responsible for you. You can't blame that on, any artist that's out here saying whatever they saying. You the one got to go pick that pack up or put that pistol in your hand or commit whatever act you finna commit after you listen to this music that you claim and influence you. You responsible for that shit. The judge ain't trying to hear none of that.
Agreed. Agreed.
I'm saying.
So how do we put in, because I think it's important for the youth to understand that yes, it's geographical as far as what these people are talking about, rapping about, singing about, or whatever. How do you think that we need to actually let the youth know that that's what it is? What's happening in Chicago is not what's happening in, Bartow, Florida. You feel me?
I think people relate to what they relate to, right? And if you in Bartow or whatever it is, if you in Florida and the music in Chicago or Detroit or Indianapolis, Indiana impacts you in a way where it's you can really feel it and relate to it. I mean, music don't really have boundaries, right? So you can feel it wherever you can feel it at. Everybody in your city might not feel it the way someone in that city does, right? Because your struggle may be a bit more identifiable than the next person's or your friends. You might be going through something that particular line in that song hits on the head. But it's some things that you just be like, man, I really question, like, what. I ain't gonna say the artist's name, but it's a lyric I was listening to, man, and I'm a huge fan of this artist. But he has a lyric, he has a bar in it that says it takes a man to stand over a kid, right? And it's like, you understand what he mean by that? It takes a man to stand over a kid. Basically knock shorty off, right? So this goes back to values. Like, and when I told you what my 3 pillars of manhood were, a few months ago, right? Keep in mind what I said they were when I was young.
Yep.
So you talking about money, hyperaggression, or violence, right? And being able to get, being a womanizer. Those are my 3 pillars.
Yeah.
So when I sit and I reflect on my past values and I'm listening to this present music, they correlate, right? So I'm seeing that, and I'm like, well, damn, the artist I'm talking about is very intelligent. Like, I'm talking about extremely intelligent. So that particular artist would know that saying this may influence people to look at this. Like, okay, well, if I'm capable of doing this type of stuff, right? Then I'm really a man. I'm that dude, right? So again, devil's advocate, you are still responsible for your individual actions. No matter what that artist says on wax, you are responsible for what you do.
Yeah.
That artist ain't got to deal with the consequences of your acts.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He just give you his truth. He give you his truth, whether you agree with it or not, whether you identify with it or not. And the onus is on you as the listener, as the fan, of that particular artist to make a decision based off how that music makes you feel. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to disassociate the feeling from the act. If the feeling is a negative feeling, you got to be able to take that feeling and keep it there, and find out how to get rid of that shit constructively.
mm-hmm. I can feel that.
I mean, that's the way it has to be, unless you're trying to go out here and claim that this music caused you to do some something deceitful or some mischief, create some mischief, right? Or worse, something heinous, and say that the music made you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it can't be that. The music ain't doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
The music is showing you from the lens of the artist what's going on in his environment, the way he interprets his experience, the way he's interpreting what he's seeing around him. He's not telling you, or she's not telling you, you should go out and do this. And even if they are, you have individual willpower and decision making to do like what's in the best interest of you. You know what I'm saying? So take that shit with a grain of salt. Enjoy the music for what it is. I do. And I listen to all that shit. The shit that's promoting violence and everything else, I listen to. And I ain't out here finna do none of it. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You good.
I'm finna make you get dressed up in a suit and tie, and I'm gonna take you, and we gonna be looking at some opera. Look, what? What in the hell of all hells was that?
You got low on your ass. I'm with it.
Listen, so because I think that's important to let other people know that have not had a chance to, let me take this off, to experience what I was able to experience with different types of music. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take listen, you go and get the kids and we'll rent them some tuxedos and some dresses, and we're taking them to the opera.
You want me bring some kids you want me try to find some youngsters and bring them to the opera? How many of them? It can't be too many, I know. So we probably talking about 5.
I'm thinking, yeah.
3 to 5.
That's what I was thinking, 5.
3 to 5.
We'll help them get dresses. We'll help them get tuxes. And
just show them something different. Show myself something different as well.
Exactly. Let's also talk about some Broadway shows.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
So you want to try to get some kids to do that too?
Absolutely. We're gonna have to do it on different times because my money ain't like that. But
yeah.
I would love to do that.
We co-pimping right now, so yeah, we're gonna have to definitely do it on different times.
But just to be able to introduce that to them, especially knowing now that y'all, even you in your era, you weren't, I don't want to say just attracted, but you weren't even influenced by that. You know what I'm saying?
The opportunity to do those things never really presented themselves. Right?
That's crazy. So we may have some opera singers, we may have some all those types of people in the youth, and they don't even know because they've never even been introduced to that. Yeah, let's do that. Do that.
We can try to figure it out. I'm gonna have to holler at a couple people, see if I can get some young ladies, some young men that their parents entrust us with their youngsters. And like I said, 3 to 5 would be realistic, right? Where we can actually keep a good eye on them and make sure that they enjoy it.
That's so cool.
And not go into debt doing it.
Right. But I think, like you said, 3 or 5, I should be able to. Let's run it. Oh, I love that.
I like it. So
okay. I'm surprised you ain't talking shit because it's
I'm looking at it now. 14, 15. So yeah. On that note, you know what I'm saying? I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed being back for the first time in about 3 weeks. I enjoy seeing old school on the other side of this camera. You know what I'm saying?
I can't
AKA Katrina, OG, triple OG. And I hope y'all enjoy the show, man. And any comments or feedback, send it. Send it to us right now.
And we
if
will be
I
back on
offended,
this.
go ahead. If I offended anyone, it was not intentional. It was,
Lies.
just
No,
expressed.
I'm kidding.
Well, that person, yeah, it was intentional.
Yeah. So we're gonna be back on this coming Sunday,
Yeah.
and until anything else changes, we're gonna keep it that way. I also want to let
Sundays at 3 Eastern,
yes,
y'all.
yes. I also want to let people know that Crime Con is actually in session right now in Las Vegas, Nevada. They are doing a lot of things with missing persons. So I'm asking everybody if you can just look up their website, their Facebook profile. It's called Crime Con, and just look and see what they're doing. They're absolutely showing people, various people from across the country and even other countries, about missing persons, and they're also like showing people how to advocate for them and things like that.
Crime
And
Con.
they're not paying me nothing. I'm just saying, Crime Con is the shit. Just saying.
All right. Well, shout out to Crime Con. Who ain't paying her? But,
Good night,
yeah,
loves.
peace and love, man. Peace and love to everybody. Assalamu alaikum to the Sunnah, and Islam to the Moorish kin. We out, y'all.